So, name of the day is Brillis. You can call me Nate, you can call me Nathan, but please never call me Nathaniel. And let's jump into it. So, as I said, we're going to be doing primarily Wurmkin. So, let's jump into a standard run here. We did it again yesterday. I just unlocked the Exile, but I think we're going to still start with our good buddy, the Spine Chief here, and his Sharded. Reap, to be honest, is not particularly good, but we're going to try to make it work anyway. Last time we tried Stygian Guard secondary. I think this time I really like the idea of Melting Remnant, but let's see how it goes. We're going to do Melting Remnant with Primitive Molds. Good night.
Good night.
All right, what do we start with? We have Shard Trap, apply 1 Reap to enemy units. We have the Primitive Molds. We have also Sharded, which applies Reap 2 to a targeted unit. And then what else did we start with? We started with Soul Cripple, apply 13 Reaps. This is like all set up to be a huge Reap build, which is very interesting. Reap builds are kind of awkward. It's like a less good Permafrost, but we can try to make it work. Gain 2 coins per Pyre health over 40, and set Pyre health to 40. So this makes the last divinity basically not possible to fight. So the question is, do we just not go for the last divinity here and just try to like do a standard Covenant 25 run? Let's try that. Let's do a standard Covenant 25 run. We'll take rationing scales. So we're going to keep ourselves below 100 shards. You'll see it in a minute. Reap is a debuff that applies damage depending on the number of candy you have on each floor. Candy is the new currency that comes with, or not currency, but the new, it's kind of a weird, it's almost like a kind of capacity that you're adding onto floors. And depending on how much candy there is, you can do different things. We're gonna do the Decayer. And then let me look through the map. So there's another thing here, which is the Pack Shards. At 100 Pack Shards, you unlock the final boss fight, which is the last divinity. But you don't get... but it also makes all the enemies harder. We're going to stay below 100 because I'm pretty sure Reap builds cannot defeat the last divinity, especially if you have something like Rationing Scales. We just won't get damage fast enough. So I need to think about how I'm going to use my shards I'm going to pick up. I think we definitely won't do it for gold. We will likely want to do a Divine Temple towards the end to consolidate our units. I think we can take the early Divine Horde, maybe one more Divine Horde, and then one sacrifice. Oh yeah, because this is really good. Add 2 candy to each floor at the start of the turn. When an egg unit is summoned, remove shell 3 and apply 20 armor. That's pretty good for eggs. I'm not convinced we're going to do eggs here, so I really like base charge. I think that's fantastic for our build. We would just want lots of candy and do lots of Reap. And this will, I think we can take this. We should have a lot of early game damage. It's late game that we start to fall off with Reap. So this is where the candy goes. Each floor now has this charged echoes or candy slots. You can have up to 4 naturally. Hi, our lobster. Welcome to the stream. We're going to do all about Wurmkin today. So I know we did it a little bit yesterday, but we're going to go even more so today. So basically, Reap is a debuff that applies 2 damage per Reap. No, sorry. It applies the number of Reap damage per candy. So this would naturally apply 2 times 2 damage, 4 damage. But because Sharded also creates a candy, it would actually be 2 times 3, which would be 6 damage. And then it stays, it doesn't decay, and it happens on every floor, but it only happens once per combat, which is different than Permafrost, or not Permafrost, Frostbite, which happens once per turn, or once per attack, I should say. So it's just different. The way that they work is just a little bit different here. We're absolutely going to do Shard Trap here because we want to get Reap onto both enemies. I think we place Spine Chief on the top floor. And then we Sharded. And we add another candy down here to just get as much damage out of Sharded as we can. Okay, he's going to kill him just fine. Apply 13 Reap is pretty massive. That should be enough to kill, or not kill this guy, but get pretty close with 18 Reap times 3. That kills him. So now it's a question, or we could just Drip Fall him. It's way fun. I don't think it's balanced. I think that Permafrost and Reap are completely underpowered compared to everything else when you're fighting the last, the new final boss, the last divinity. But I do think that it's a lot of fun. I love a lot of the mechanics. We'll talk about them as we go through. But I really, really love, especially the mechanic where you can sacrifice a unit to add additional stuff to the new unit. I think that's super cool. Super, super cool. So we're going to do Sharded. We're going to do a Shard Trap here. I really like Drip Falling him to give him even more damage. And then let's get more candy up top. That does mean that somehow we're taking damage. Oh, because on death, he wasn't dying before. But now he's dying. Okay. So this one's a little bit tough. We do want a Train Steward, maybe even 2 Train Stewards here. And then I think we really want to make sure this guy's dying. But I feel like there's a good chance we're going to draw Shard Trap, because we have 2 of them, and 1 Shard Trap is enough to kill the backliner. So let's actually Reap the boss here. Now you should die. You don't die. Not really what you want to see. We do get Shard Trap. This should kill you. It does. Shard Trap here is very important to kill the backliner. We cannot play a Train Steward. So obvious is going to be Little Fade. Little Fade is the best. You take Firelight, and I mean, you can see my video that I put up early this morning or last night, and it just wrecks, like it wrecks house. So Little Fade is going to be your ticket there. I tried Primordium, couldn't get it to work. Angriest Prince build kind of worked. It wasn't amazing, but it did kind of work. I think I wanted to do this. And we will daze. I mean, Drip Fall is not going to do a whole lot here. We're going to take a lot of damage. This is what I mean by Reap is just not amazing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Reap is a little bit underpowered. Shelter seems really strong. Yeah, it just takes practice. Stealth is kind of interesting. So the only problem with stealth right now, well, but here's the thing. We can keep reforming it, and every time we reform it, it's 2 candy on that floor. So that seems really strong. And then Kinhost Carapace is also really, really strong. So this seems like it's kind of coming together already, actually. I kind of like this build so far. Seems quite strong. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Let's go unit upgrades. We'll get another Wormkin banner. Bogflies are kind of interesting to add to something. I don't really love Bog Chrysalis, but I think adding the Bogflies onto the Kinhost Carapace could be really strong. Although they do summon in front, which is a little bit awkward. Soul Carver increases the capacity, but every time you play a Charged Echoes, it's going to get Rage. I think we're going to get the Soul Carver here. I think that's what we're going to... I think that's what we're going to do in terms of... Oh yeah, and then Multi-Strike. This guy's going to be... This is going to be our main damage dealer here. I really like adding Burnout to a Molten Encasement, And then I think raw health onto the Carapace is also pretty good. I mean, I'm just wondering if we hold out for something like quick. Maybe let's wait. Let's wait and see. So I could do this now, but we have plenty of time. Like, we have another one here. We have another one here. So I think we wait, because I think, well... Oh, this is tough. This is really tough. We're certainly not going to go either of these. I think it's going to be either we do this now or we do it on ring 3. And if we're going to do it on ring 3 anyway, like, why not just do it now? I think that's right. I think we just do it now. We're going to sacrifice the Soul Carver to buff our buddy here. Because that rage is going to be huge against Seraph the Temperate. Especially when he has multi-strike. Let's do it. So we're going to have one threat level 4. Which is a little scary. It's a little bit scary. I think we can handle the armor because of the multi-strike. He's going to get a lot of extra damage just from all the candy we're going to add. So how are we going to play this? We don't want to actually... this is the problem. We actually don't want to play him yet. Can we play him for 2? Oh, he will create one when you play him. He would have 30 base health. Maybe that's enough. We could also play on 2 different floors. So we don't have to play... And actually, if we do that... So let's say we do this. Play him on the bottom floor. He'll start with 40 by 40, and he'll have stealth. So he'll kill the front unit, and then have stealth. I think that's actually really solid here. Yeah. And then we can keep reforming our buddy there. We can add a whole bunch to here. Get our... Oh, he's too fat now. Okay, that's fine. We put him here. They're all dying. We can shard trap here. And then just double sharded this guy to give us even more rage. This seems really good. This seems really good. This gives us enough turns that now he's not going to hit by anything but the boss, which is pretty fantastic. Soul cripples, like whatever. We will bring back here the Molten Encasement. And then we do want... problem is we don't have anything to infuse. We're not going to infuse ourselves. Maybe should have primitive molded down here. But I think we're going to be just fine. Cool. So how are we doing? We can get a lot of rage. There's... Oh, that's enough. That's all we needed. Cool. Easy second ring. And that's about as hard as it's going to get. We might get one more unit to put with our Spine Chief. Ooh. Echo Transfer. Could be really strong. Again, to just stack so much damage onto our Spine Chief. I really like it. Because it also creates one at the same time. I'm not going to take Whiplash. I'm not planning on doing much with Burnout. And then what do we want for a second unit? We could get a second... You know what we could just do is we could just dupe our Soul Shard Carver, or our Kinhost Carapace. That actually seems like the strongest. So we won't take any more units. We're going to do a 2-floor setup with 1 floor having the Kinhost Carapace, one floor having the Spine Chief plus the Kinhost Carapace. And then both can take advantage of each other. If that's the case, we don't want to go left path. We'll go right path, take Pyre Remains. And ideally, we get a really solid upgrade here. Yeah, quick. Quick is exactly what we want. That's really strong. We actually don't want Burnout on the Molten Encasement. The only issue is... So this is a 2-capacity unit. Well, on the floor that we play it with the Stealth, we have to make sure that we have exactly the right amount of capacity, which means right now 2 candy, which is not possible because they all start with 2 candy. But later on, we can expand capacity once and play 1 on its own floor, and then play 1 with the Spine Chief. And again, I don't think this is strong enough to take on the Last Divinity, but it should be strong enough to kill Seraph quite reliably at Covenant 25. I think you need something other than Reap to kill the Last Divinity. So now we're back to threat level 3, so it should be a little bit more manageable moving forward. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Can we afford to play it on its own? Maybe we play it with the Spine Chief now on the second floor. Because it's quick. It's going to kill 2 of them before they have a chance to attack. And we can always Drip Fall Talos. So Shard Trap is really good here. We can infuse one of them to make sure they die. Adding a crystal here is like whatever. I think instead we just play the double Train Stewards at the top. Get them out of the deck. We also have our Super Train Steward for later. Okay, so we need to get a lot more. Let's go Reap, Drip Fall. That reduces a lot of damage. Let's get our Purge Train Steward out now. And this is looking really good. So we just want to continue to add. We have to infuse one of them every time. That's pretty much mandatory. And then I'm thinking that we do Stealth here and then infuse the Backliner. That should be enough. Okay, this is looking really solid. He'll kill both of them before they have a chance to attack. We can bring back our buddy. We're playing it there again to get the Rage. I really like Shelter here. Let's infuse first. Let's infuse, Shelter, and then Echo Transfer. And now he's got a lot of damage. Although we forgot to kill that guy, which is not really great. We can cripple him though. So let's see. We Shard Trap. That's going to happen to kill the Backliner. Cripple. Primitive Mold. And then we're hoping for the Tomb unit, which then gets another candy killing the front unit. Wow, amazing. Okay, let's get another Echo here. And I think we're going to wreck Talos on the second floor. Yeah, we're in really good shape. We can do this. We can go with Shelter, Drip Fall. Really, really solid. Wormkin Spike. Certainly interesting. It's definitely fits in with our kind of Reaper setup here. I think that's okay. I think, again, we're not going to take any more units. I think we're going to focus primarily on duplicating the one we have and upgrading our spells. And we did say we want 1 extra capacity so that we can dupe our main unit and play 2 of them. When are we getting the dupe? We get a dupe on this floor. Okay, good. So we'll get one soon. Let's go. Removal is pretty valuable here. Is it as valuable as upgrading our spells? What would we even upgrade with our spells? That is a good question. Make more spells free, probably. We could double stack Soul Cripple. I don't know. None of that seems particularly important. Let's just go right path here. Grab ourselves a relic. I mean, obviously, when you have... Oh, but this is also really good. We have a lot of extract cards. All right, guys. I'm putting it to you. Decay Decoy to make all of our Reap way more Reapy. Or Carving Karuska to get mana and candy every time we play an extract card. So extract cards would be Echo Transfer, and that's it so far. Just Echo Transfer. I think my vote is probably Decayed Decoy, but I'll take whatever we see in chat. Any preferences? No preferences. Decay? All right, let's go with Decay. Decay. Or Decayed Decoy. Decayed Decoy. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that makes sense. If we had more extract cards, then I think it would make sense to take the extract. Cool. So now we're going to have pretty decent Reap. I think I would prefer to still add more Reap every time we Inspire, because we Inspire a lot, and it's going to grow more once we have a chance to upgrade spells. Oh, that's right. We keep getting money. I was like, why does our health keep going down? It's because we keep getting money every time we go because of our rotating scales, which is also why we can't do the last divinity, because this would just put us too low to start. Although maybe we could do it at exactly 100. We'll see. What do we have at the end? At the end we have 10. So we would have to decide here. We'd have to get up to 90 here if we think we can do the last divinity. So let's see. Non-boss should be fine. We do a lot of damage, and we can stack a lot of decay, or not a lot of decay, a lot of Reap onto units. Okay, so we're gonna do we play on the bottom floor to avoid getting garbage? That actually seems pretty smart here. So we would go Spine Chief, Sharded, and then Soul Carver. And we're almost killing this guy, just not quite. Okay, well, we might take damage from him unless we can drip fall him actually. Question though, do we do that? I think we just absorb this damage because our health is going to go back to 40. I think we can absorb this early damage. It's only 6 damage from Spike. No, actually 4 damage. Yeah, it's not even a contest here. So then we go Sharded, Echo Transfer. Oh my gosh, this build is awesome. This is so cool. I actually really like this a lot. I like this a lot more than the builds we had yesterday. I think we're going to go Sharded, Shard Trap, Shelter. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fast scaling, right? Like, take our 6 damage, and then Shard Trap. Let's go. Ooh, this plays a lot of. We don't actually need it for the Reap though. We just want it for the Rage. Very cool. Again, 1, 2, Echo Transfer. And we are just wrecking fools here. So Sharded, Primitive Mold. Why aren't these guys dying? Is he actually dying from the first? Let's see, 15 Reap times... So 15, 30, 60, 90, 105. How are the backline units not dying? He adds Reap 4 to these backliners. Oh, because Reap only happens at the end of the combat. Sorry, we're not going to take Fade's First Blade. We don't have any burnout units. We could get another Soul Cripple. I feel like this is not necessary. Forgotten Trade's kind of interesting though. So imagine that we stack a whole bunch of Forgotten Trade, or we stack a whole bunch of candy. We play Forgotten Trade, and then we play Wormkin Spike for like 6 or 7. That would apply 30 plus Reap, which on a floor with like 4 or 5 candy would be like, what, 150 damage? Something like that. That seems pretty good. But I don't know if I want to like go all in on that. I kind of like having all of our spells be infused. I don't think we can play Soul Cripple. I think we just skip here. And we're not going to take Sacred Wicks. We really need to dupe our unit. I think we get to do that here though. Yeah, we get to dupe it here. We can, yeah, get Carapace Co. Okay, so this is going to add 15 because, so this is how it works. If you dupe a unit that had already combined with a sacrificed unit, you have to pay the same cost here. So it's going to cost us 15 to dupe it, but I think that's totally worth it. We're still going to stay in level 2, I think, or maybe it's level 3, but still quite low. Awoken could be okay. Do we want Wildwood Sap? I think we don't. So we'll just take the 10 coins. And I don't think we're still interested in taking more stuff right now. -2 is really appealing to Soul Cripple, because then we could do Remove Consume. No, not Soul Cripple. Yeah, Soul Cripple. We could do to Soul Cripple and Remove Consume. That's kind of appealing, applying 14 Reap, but I think we're okay. I think we just stay on course. We're gonna basically now that we have the plus 15, it's really easy for us to get enough shards between ring 7 and 8 if we actually want to go all in. So let's just hold off for now. Spell shield's fine. We don't do any spell damage. So this is a very, very easy trial for us. All right, so we want one Wormkin played just by itself on a floor. And then we can play the Molten Encasement. And then we can play the Spine Chief. And now the Molten Encasement actually has value. It's going to make this guy stealthed. There's something to be said about swapping the floors, though. I maybe should consider that. Let's Primitive Mold. Play you out here to give you even more Candy and Rage. And then play you here to give you a healthy amount of damage to start with. This is the new Wormkin faction. That's part of the upcoming DLC, which is currently available if you have it on Steam. You can play the beta on stream. Or you can play the beta on Steam for free. It's on the public beta right now. But it will be a paid expansion set they're adding to the game. I really like adding Wormkin Spike here because of this backliner. And I don't think it's going to be terribly useful later on. So let's just do that. Play it like this. He's going to take 77 damage. That means he'll die too quick. Echo Transfer is really strong. Who do we want to put it on? I think I'd like to be able to kill this front unit if we can. We can obviously bring back our buddy here and give us some stealth. We can Echo Transfer. We can Soul Cripple, but I actually think maybe we put that on this guy in the front here. He should die on the next floor. Hey, Khmer Kamikaze. Haven't seen you in a long time. How's it going, man? Glad to see you on stream. Let's just do all the Reaps here to kill these guys. And then let's play as much as we can. Actually, you know what? I really like just giving this guy more rage and armor. That seems really strong. It does mean that our Tomb unit didn't die, but I think that's okay. We're going to do Reap here. And then we're going to go all in on Sharded on our buddy here. Continue to stack more regen, or not more regen, more candy as much as we can here. We are probably killing him here. I think, maybe not. The 12 armor didn't do much, but we're definitely killing on the next floor. Yeah, we have more than enough health. We can Drip Fall, Primitive Mold, Sharded, and other days. So we were set. What could make this possible is the fact that we can Drip Fall the last divinity over and over and over again. We can also, you know what we could even do? If we could get holdover on Drip Fall, we can fit all of them onto a single floor. And that would be like insane, right? We Drip Fall, and then we keep Drip Falling the Molten Encasement into the back. If it has Endless, if we get Endless on the Molten Encasement, that would be like massive. Then we can Drip Fall it behind, maybe combine it with itself. Because if you combine it with itself, it would give even more. So I could dupe it and then combine it with itself at the end. Ooh. Double armor, double buffs and armor on a unit. That is interesting. We almost always have 5. Being able to double the amount of rage. Is that all buffs? And are represented by green icons. So that does not include, it's not status effects, it's only buffs. If it's just buffs, I think it's not worth it. If it was status effects, then that would be like insane. I think we just skip here. Memories of the Melted. I don't think we need any more Ember. We talked about that before. Engulfed in Smoke is kind of interesting, but I think we just skip here. This might be Last Divinity worthy. We might be able to do it even with the low health pool, because at 100, it's only going to be doing 11 damage. This is the Wormkin faction, the brand new faction. So unit upgrades would mean potentially getting Endless on the Molten Encasement. I don't know that it's necessary. I almost think we'd probably stick with spells for now. Plus we can get a free relic here. Draw 1 each turn, return 1 to your top. I think Winged Steel is just better. It's just a better draw. And now that we're getting more draw, minusing a cost of a lot of stuff is going to be very important. And I think the priorities here are the Drip Falls, which we will play every time. I mean, this is... Ooh. That seems really strong. Apply 10 Reap to all enemies per... That seems pretty good. Double armor. Oh man, all this seems really good. Let's go with Wormkin Spike. We have no magic power related things. And I think since we added this, let's also -1 to it, so we can play it even for 1 to get 10 Reap. We don't need an artifact. We're going to go probably spells again. We're all still learning the game, man, especially with the new DLC. I've beaten the game. I played the game more than 1,000 hours. I'm still learning the game. Certainly, there's a lot of things I've learned, but it's a work in progress. I'm very wondering if 140, because you're going to get 100 armor. I don't think we'll leak units because of all the Reap we're going to get. Let's try to play them all in one floor. So then we do Sharded. We play the Carapace. And then... What do we even Dripfall? Nothing, really. Ragefell is going to be rough. Luckily, we do quick damage. But we're going to need a lot of it. So I can already put him down there. However... I think we instead do it like this. We Dripfall you, play you now, give you time to not be dazed. This is a scary floor. Shard Trap is really good. We can apply as much Reap as possible to the backliner here. And then apply additional Reap. And our Wormkin is going to be dead, and then I think we're going to have these two carry us. Okay. How are we doing? A little scary. But we can do Shard Trap here, we can do Echo Transfer, and then we can Soul Cripple, probably Fell, makes the most sense here. We can Sharded him as well, Sharded her as well. Just increase the damage per floor. Alright, this is great. So now we can Dripfall, Primitive Mold, to bring back our Spine Chief. I kind of like Dripfalling something here. But let's see. We can do another Sharded. What if we Dripfall... Because then you're going to not have days anymore. What if we Dripfall you... Because you're going to kill the front unit. Let's Sharded you, Dripfall you. Okay. Now we can bring our dude back again. Primitive Mold. Bring him back again up here. We can get a lot of armor here as well, because we can go Sharded on the backliner. Shard Trap. Shelter. Shard Trap. You can do that too. You can just like get really good at a champ and then just like play it that way. The other thing you can do is just go pure random. Like only play random builds and just see if you can get strong enough at the game just in general. Both are completely viable ways to play. Really need a lot more damage onto this floor. One Primitive Mold should add enough. Just enough. That's great. Okay. I think we're going to be just fine. We're going to keep adding Shardeds to you. We're going to do double Primitive Mold here. We can bring back the Spine Sheath and the Molten Encasement. Put them on the bottom floor. Shard Trap here as well. And we're actually doing okay damage here. And, okay, so we're Drip Fall, Sharded, Shard Trap, and now we're killing him. Barely. We're barely killing her. Ooh. Maybe we can't do the last Divinity. Our Relentless is pretty bad without a lot of consistent... without consistent... what am I trying to say? Stealth. We need to get a lot more stealth if we're going to be able to do it that way. Symphony of the Souls, kind of interesting again, but I think we don't take it. Hallowed Halls, I don't love at all. Although, no. No. Because I think it reforms them in the back. Yeah, but the problem is that they have to die, and I don't want them to die. Do they get their summon triggers every time? Oh, wow. Actually, Ashaka, that is like... That's insane. Do we go for it? Because what I could get later is... the only burnout cards I have left... So what we do is we play them and just let them die early, right? And then we just reform. We put hold over -1. It's scary. It's real scary, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Oh my gosh, it's really scary. Lord Baskara, thank you for the follow. I don't really love any of this, but we don't really need any more coins. I don't think it's jank. I think it's legit. I think it's a legit strategy. Let's start purging cards. We can get rid of a Train Steward. I have seen Glug Cider, but I haven't played it. I just saw it on somebody else's stream. I think we're good here. I was hoping for Endless. We didn't get it. And I think we'll go for... And no, we're going to go this... We're going to go right path at the end. But this would be the turn. Upgrading it intrinsic. 10, 15. This is 25. That would put us to 80. We can't even get 100. Since we can't even get 100, we'll just go for Seraph and we'll just try to win. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go Reap 6. And then we just try to get the things to die. We only need one of them to die. We don't need all of them to die. Just one is enough. Spikes is fine. That actually helps to make sure that things are dying. So we're gonna try to get everything to die on the bottom floor here. We'll play you up front. And then I think we apply Wormkin Spike now. Crap, we don't get to play our other one yet. Okay, so he died. We can bring him... How much was he in capacity? He is a 5 capacity unit, so we actually can play him again. Oops, sorry. We can play him again. Now he's real thick. He is going to be dying, so we have to get that card if we're going to kill him. But maybe we can make that work. And we still have the other one to play. So it's not like it's a complete wash here. We can do this. We need to make sure you have plenty of damage. I don't really want to infuse him. I'd rather infuse something else. Let's just give you as much as possible. Wow, we're going to take a lot of damage here. But it's fine. Drip Fall you for no reason at all. Primitive Mold. Might bring back the wrong guy. It did. We cannot fit him. Oh, wait, 6. We can fit him. Holy crap. Let's put him on this floor. He'll burn out next turn. Hopefully that's not the turn that we draw the Hallowed Halls, or else we are sad. Let's bring back our Molten Encasement here. Do this. Sharded. We didn't get Hallowed Halls, actually. Oh, it kills and then reforms. Okay, that's great. But he's going to burn out anyway. So then we can now play our Soul Carver here. But should we probably should do the other stuff first. So let's put this on you because you're the one that's going to have trouble dying. Let's play you now for 60. Then we can Echo Transfer 2 to you, which is just fine. Okay, so things do be dying. We can Hallowed Halls here. We have exactly 3 available. It's a little bit scary. This guy has no, he caps at 6, so we can always bring him back and play him again. Okay, so Spine Chief coming down. He's gonna die. We Hallowed Halls here, I think. I just don't know. I don't know where we want to do it. Do we want? We don't want to kill him if we don't have to. Let's play Hallowed Halls here. It only brings back 2. But that's okay. It brought back this guy. He's got 165 by 2. So we're set here. I totally forgot about the fact that that you cap at 6 capacity. All right, how are we doing? 800 damage. That's actually really solid. So we can go 1, 2. I think we just do another Sharded, Reap, and then this would reduce some damage, but also at the same time add some damage. That seems pretty good. So we just need to get, ideally, one of them again. Okay, there's the Spine Chief. We can play him down here now. And there's our big dude. Let's play him out here. We play you here. Drip Fall you. You'll still get 2 attacks off, and you're doing more. 219 by 2 damage. The humanity. Oh, the humanity. Returns 5 consume spells. Now I'm going to do this. Remove all burnout and debuff effects. We can bring it back, and then it doesn't die. This actually would be a really good Last Divinity run, so now I feel bad. But it's okay. We're good. We're going to go into spell upgrades and go nuts with trinkets here. We'll buy basically everything. Sure. Sure. Don't need... Yes. Yes. And then we need Holdover. We didn't get it yet. Holdover? Not yet. What could we double stack? Nothing good. think we just minus the cost of Hallowed Halls again. Make sure we can always play it. And then let's trim out as many cards as we can. We do not need... I think it's the primitive molds. This Dripfall we don't need. And 1 primitive mold. And then we can get rid of 2 more primitive molds. I think it's primitive molds. Is Shard Trap really that good? Maybe we just get rid of the 2 Shard Traps as well. Because at least these ones are adding candy. And with 100 coins, we cannot remove another card, so we'll stick with what we have. Alright, let's do it. I think we got it. Certainly we have Seraph. This is a cool way to build. I totally didn't think about the fact that it's a summon. Also Ashiaka, Transcend Imp plus Kinhost Carapace. Endless Transcend Imp, Kinhost Carapace would be absolutely insane. That could be another type of build. Alright, but anyway, let's get to the main event here. We're going to go Spine Chief. We will Sharded the backliner. No, frontliner, because he's going to shard the front one, or he's going to reap the front one anyway, and then play you out. Very cool. Take some damage here, but not much. He will then die to reap. We're totally fine with him dying. I would like to play at least 1 sharded here, though. Just because then we can make sure all the rest are dying. Because he will add 6 reap to everything. It does mean that this House Carapace is not that great to start with. But again, we're not doing this to keep them around. We're doing this so that we can Hallowed Halls every turn. Okay. I think we want to try to keep the Spine Chief alive if we can. So it doesn't end up being one of the things we reform all the time by accident. We can actually Dripfall you. And then let's go with... I think we Shelter. There's Hallowed Halls. Why didn't it bring back the other one? Am I mistaken on how that card works? Oh, and until it exceeds its capacity, so it's only 1 to full capacity. Okay, that's fine. We can always play 1 naturally anyway. We can remove his Burnout immediately. And then I think we do this here. Applies 41. And then Echo Transfer. Wow. I mean, it's still really good. We can do another one here. And this reform does not daze it, by the way. Yeah, that Wurmkin Spike is huge. So we can do this. And then remove. And then he's doing a ton of damage. I really like Soul Reap onto Seraph. I think we should shard it here to prevent more units from making it. Or we just go all in. Maybe we just go all in on Seraph here. I don't know. I don't know what's best. He's going to kill both of them. That's going to happen. I think we just do this. Alright, we need to get our buddy back. There he is. That's really good. We can Dripfall you down. Then we can Echo Transfer to give you more damage. That allows us to kill the front unit. This guy is going to be a real jerk. And then I think we just double Reap onto Seraph. Okay. How are we doing here? We can... Huh. I think we still Hallowed Halls here. Because up here he would just get dazed. if we double sharded here, because we don't have any more pyre armor. So if we reap you, and then do shelter, we are killing this Gilded Wing, barely. Okay, so now we should be just fine. We can remove his burnout. We can drip fall one of them, and then sharded this guy, which is making sure that all of them are dying. And then I think if we reap, double reap on Seraph, he has 103 reap. We might get a bottom floor kill here. Okay, so we can sharded. Echo transfer to you. Drip fall you. Primitive mold. Primitive mold. We're almost killing Seraph on the bottom floor. Absolutely, we're gonna kill. I mean, the Quick is gonna kill both of them. Very solid first run. I don't know. What do you think, Asheka? I don't know that we could have done the Last Divinity. Maybe a threat level 2 Last Divinity we maybe could have pulled off, but certainly not 3 or 4. It still would have been really tight. I mean, we were close here to leaking too many units, and I really am worried about when we only had maximum 40 pyre health. That's kind of scary. But solid run. Certainly much more successful than our last attempt yesterday, where we had to restart and restart and restart. So much prefer when we don't have to restart. Yeah, that's what I was more worried about, is more the waves. All right, let's... yeah, we unlocked a lot. Or not unlocked a lot. We... have a Covenant 25 win. We don't have a last... Well, we actually do have a Last Divinity win with Wormkin from yesterday.